we're out here in the city testing these two 24mm Sony lenses. Now I've got the Sony 24mm F2.8 G lens, and my wife, she's got the 24mm F1.4 GM lens, and she's got it on the A7R4. So yeah, what I like about this is it's small and compact. As you can see, it's very compact compared to that lens. As you can see, there's quite a bit of difference, eh?
Yeah, there is, yeah. And there's also, this is a little bit heavier than that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is quite lightweight, and on a small lightweight body, it pairs really well.
Yeah.
Whereas
this one here is actually a slightly bigger camera, with a slightly bigger lens, but I think if we were doing a day trip with this, walking around a forest and that there, I probably would like to have the use of that one more so than this. This is just that.
So you'd like this on this sort of body?
Well,
on
even
that
on
body?
that, even that lens there on this body would still be pretty good. It's
Yeah.
just that weight, and it's much easier, especially too, because this being a little bit longer, at times there's like, oh, unless you get a tripod,
Yeah.
and then it's more studious shots with a tripod
so
where that balances out so much better, and you're away.
So that, yeah, it is small and lightweight and compact, and it does balance very well. Whereas that one,
Yeah, it's just
it is a little bit more front heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just works. You kind of have that tilt because it's just that little bit longer. So yeah, the tripod's actually much sturdier, and then you have a remote, and then you know even you've got even sturdier shots. This does take some really good photos, but then that's pretty sharp as well. So
Yeah.
and depending on your budget, if you want to spend big on this camera or this lens, go for it. If you wanted something a bit cheaper and have money left over, go for that one.
Yeah. So yeah, this one here is, like I said, I think in the last video I did, it retails for around $1,000 New Zealand, whereas that is around $2,500
Yeah,
New
it is,
Zealand
yeah.
dollars.
Yeah.
So if you wanted like a nice walk around sort of lens, you're not too worried about the very, very top image quality, this would be the way to go. But like if you wanted to do portraits, well, it's not really a portrait lens, but if you wanted top quality landscape images, that's the sort of lens that you want to grab, especially on a body like the A7R Mark IV.
True, yeah.
With 61 megapixels on that sensor, it's going to make the best image from that resolution in the sensor, whereas this is only 24mm.
Yeah. But
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, like this sensor is only 24 megapixels, so it's capable with this lens on it, but with that lens on it, it's probably a bit overkill. I would prefer to have that combination rather than this combination for image quality, but for portability, this is the way to go.
And this actually, we've got small bags, so that packs in quite nicely into our bags with two other lenses, and we're away. With this being a bit longer, I can only put one in, makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah. So yeah, for a small compact shoulder bag, this sort of combination is good. You can put that in the bag, but you will notice the weight difference in it. It will be a little bit weightier. But yeah, with this combination, you can also put another like 45, 50mm, even an 80mm sort of lens in the bag with it. Whereas that, you're going to be struggling a little bit. It's going to be a bit tighter in the bag, depending on how big the bag is, of course. But yeah.
And I actually thank your sister-in-law for the borrowing of the lens from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it online for a few weeks, but
well,
it's been
she's
great.
not using it at the moment.
It's been good to compare the two lenses. So we're going to show you some photos of what we take around here in the city here, and we'll take you around and you'll see us actually using the cameras, not just photos on screen, but you actually see what we're actually taking a photo of. So we'll bring you around on that. So let's go. So I'm going to try and take a shot of the ceiling up here, but I'm going to take it through here because down on the floor around there I took a shot, but I couldn't get very much of it in frame. So with a 24mm, it's not wide enough. 20mm would be perfect. But so what I'm doing, just putting the camera through this part of the railing here and framing it up and holding it steady as possible, f5.6, And here's the shot, as Gavin would say. Sorry, photo tripper, taking your line.
I've got a photo lined up in here that camera can't see just yet, but there's a walker out here, which is a New Zealand Maori boat, and there's also a building in the background of quite a big story one, and the reflections in here are actually really, really good. So I'm going to line this up and take this photo. And this is at 5.6. There's the shot. Stole the line.
So behind me, we've got the Antigua boat sheds. They've been an iconic feature of Christchurch for probably the last century or more. But you see the boat and behind us, it's like a little seat. I think that's quite cool, eh? Made out of stainless steel and a bit of timber in the middle.
Cold to sit on though.
But we're going to take a photo of the boat sheds with this boat in the foreground, just to see what that looks like, the new and the old. So I'm going to shoot mine at f11, and what aperture are you going to set yours at?
Don't know, haven't set it up yet. So we'll get that going there, and we'll figure out something.
Yeah.
We're here at the boat sheds, and I've lined up my shot over here with this camera. There's a tree. I'm taking the tree out on this photo here, but this block over here I've actually got in this frame that there. So here we are, we're going to take this photo at f8. And I hope that works out all right.
I'm going to do a similar shot to Jen, my wife, but I'm going to shoot it at f11. So, and I'm going to get down a little bit lower because I want this shot a little bit lower in the frame, the boat. So, like my wife, I've excluded the tree over here. Don't want the tree in the shot, but I've included this little seat, the boat, and the boat sheds, and I've focused on the boat sheds at f11, so we'll see how that turns out. So, what we like and dislike about the lenses. I know what I like about this lens, the 24 G lens. It's small and compact and lightweight, and it gives decent image quality. What do you like about that?
Well, this camera is a lot more tech than what I'm used to, but the lens in that is a bit bigger. That is my favourite one. This here, just certain photos that you go to take, takes a lot more than you realise.
Yeah, it's wide.
Yeah, it's so wide.
Because
So,
we're used to shooting with a 40
Yeah,
and
40,
45 mil
45,
lens. So taking 24 mil out around town, like street photography, just general photos around town, you do have to think a little bit more about what photo you take, because it just takes in such a wide view.
It does, yeah.
So where I'm normally shooting on a Sigma 45mm and you're shooting on a Sony 40mm,
Yep.
you get a little bit less of the scene,
Yep.
and it's like you've zoomed in a little bit. So yeah, but that F1.4 version gives excellent image quality. Don't get me wrong, it's a good lens, a very good lens, but it's pretty better on that body anyway, the
It is actually, yeah.
A7R4, than it would be on here. It's just a little bit big and bulky on here.
As I said, feels like with this camera, it is better on the tripod because you can set up more stuff on it that he would do that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
More techno than what I am, but and just the weight of it too. It is better actually on a tripod, and that that you can fiddle around and do a lot more stuff with it. Where that there is actually more for maybe amateur or
no, but it's more also holdable than that.
Yeah.
Because it's small and compact, and you can use it one-handed. I can use it one-handed, no problem. It's not front heavy. Whereas that
that one has got more weight at the front. Yeah.
It feels a little bit more front heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall the 24 is not my favourite lens. The 40 is, but we've done what's best. That sun's going to mind the cloud. We've done all the best that we can to give a good video of all these two lenses.
So you would have seen already some of the photos we've taken. Some we haven't filmed us taking them, but others we have. But they both produce excellent images.
They do, yeah.
This one, the F1.4, if you want a little bit more background blur, that's the way to go. And if you've got the money to do it, then fine, buy that. It's a great lens.
Yep.
It's like Tony's. It's like Sony's top lens.
A couple of times we mucked around and did macro with them.
Well,
that's the only lens we had. Not well that will do.
But you can get close up to images and blur that background out. But with the extension tube on that, you're going to get a little bit closer, and you're going to blur the background out even more.
Yep.
More so than you will with the 24 F2.8.
And that 24 is good for landscapes, but not for the city stuff, and it's a bit harder.
But I think if I was in the market again, like I sold my Samyang 24mm f1.8 because I hardly even used it in the past year. I think if I wanted to get something like that again, I would look at a 20mm or a 18mm, and mostly just for astrophotography or for a big wide landscape. But in and around the city, general purpose sort of photos, I prefer the 45. It's just, I think it's way more versatile. This you get so much in the shot, and sometimes you can't always zoom with your feet in a situation. Sometimes you're limited by fencing or other things like that, whereas 45 will get you in it a little bit closer.
But that's true, yeah.
Overall, I think they're both very good lenses, and they'll suit different individuals for different purposes.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all do photography differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been good having that lens to test against this.
Yep.
I certainly don't think there is a huge difference in the type of photos that we take and the image quality between the two. Especially to justify the price of that and the weight as well, the weight penalty as well. So
there's a lot weightier than that one.
It just takes a little bit more room up in the bag, a little bit more weight. We're sort of trying to get more smaller, compact lenses and cameras, just to keep the weight down in our bag, so we're not carrying around huge amounts of weight. But yeah, the mirrorless cameras certainly help in that department, especially the A7C. It's quite lightweight. That whole thing is less than a kilo. That's over
this is a bit heavier. Yeah.
But anyway.
But it's been fun using this out there and trying out a different lens and see how you feel. Yeah.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. So now the next thing we're going to do is actually swap them, and don't you want to swap?
No, I like this. I think this is it's better in the hand. It's lighter. I can shoot with one hand if I want to.
That's true. It is actually. This is bigger. It's nice, but so yeah, I think the tripod does help a lot more with it. It's got more and bigger pixels, so you have to be careful what you are taking. But yeah, it's a bigger lens, a bit heavier on the front. That is a fun lens. I have used it. It is a good one. Good for the wide landscape, like sea, mountains and stuff like that. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll carry on.
All
And
right.
we'll show you a few more examples
Yeah.
of the images we've taken with both these lenses, and see you soon.
And we come to the end of the video. Yeah, what photos we want to take with
I'll
us.
take over, why don't you? So there we have our real-world test of the Sony 24mm f1.4 GM lens versus the Sony 24mm f2.8 G lens.
Yes.
All these images were handheld and none of them were put on a tripod. We just wanted to test them out as you would be walking around like a city, taking photos, taking snapshots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you liked all the photos that we took today. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. So if you want to see more of this kind of contact. Why do you keep saying contact? So if you like this style of video, please put a comment in the comment section below. Just let us know if you like this style of content with both my wife and I reviewing lenses and cameras together rather than just me on my own. I know not much to look at, but I mean, you know, yeah. But it might help, you know. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time, hopefully. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.